Man, oh man. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, MMV. I couldn't see. Tesla. Let's go. Tesla T. L. S. And PLTR again. Lucid. LCID. Verizon. It's also making a move up here. BZ. And SoFi. All right. So MMV is something that just recently popped on my scans. And just kind of watching it come up $2 and something. We need to go to the daily chart and kind of check out what is happening over here with MMV. Actually, let's go to news first. So it announces a term sheet signed to acquire equity stake in Toyomi. Looking at the daily chart here, we can see it was at 98 cents yesterday or whenever it was at 98 cents. And now it is at 250. So 250, where is 250? It's like right around this little level here. And had a previous little, zoom in just a little bit, zoom in, but back. There we go. Just a little level here at the 440s. So we're going to see how this area treats it at the open. I need to read into this news though. Multi-Metaverse announces okay, so Shanghai animation and entertainment company for young consumers in China. Chinese investment, term sheet updates, sellers proposed transaction second half of year. Okay. So this is TV and entertainment stock. Well, it's up 167%, so we're going to see how it plays out. Previous tops, what, 175 looks like. So on the daily chart, we got what, 255, right? But then if we zoom down into the lower time frames, we're seeing maybe like not really much on the daily. Let me go over here to my other charts. So I'm seeing what, 175 down here as maybe a possible support. So we'll see what happens on a pullback. It is a little low float. Let me go and actually see exactly what type of float it has here. MMV. Got a float of 139 million. That can't be right. Float of 139 million. But it's got a lot of insiders, but that's crazy. That is a super high float. Let me go and look at something else. Let me see. MMV. No kind of shelf registrations. There's no way it's moving like that. And now over here on FinViz, it says 6.59 million float. So that's way lower than Yahoo. Way lower. Unless I went to the wrong thing. Let me make sure. MMV. Nope, I'm at the right thing. And 139 million shares. So this, when was this last updated? This was updated on June 1st, or at close June 1st, pre-market. But when was the data updated? I do not see that. But yeah, that's a big discrepancy. We're going to see how it trades out of the open. Very interesting over here. And let's check short interest and see what short interest says about it. Okay, so this one, short interest, says 8 million shares in the flow. So okay, that sounds more cohesive to what we're used to seeing. Let's jump back out here. Still going up to 290 now. So a fallback point would be maybe around the 2. We'll see. Up 200% now. Very interesting play. 7 million shares traded on it. And then above that, we got UCAR from yesterday, but I don't know if UCAR is going to be able to compete with MMV, with the heat that MMV is bringing. Good morning, GD. Good morning, Donnell. So we're watching this crazy stock MMV. Supposedly, I mean, there's 3 different sources. I use Yahoo Finance, use the short squeeze.com, and then FinViz. And both short squeeze and FinViz were saying, hey, it's under 10 million shares in the float. And then Yahoo saying it's 139 million. So I'm like, we'll see. But right now, the way it's trading like a low float. And plus, over here on TOS, even TOS saying the shares outstanding are 30 million. So we know usually the float is going to be lower than the shares outstanding. So I'll definitely be watching around that 175 to see what kind of action it gets there. 175 is right around, right up in here somewhere. Right here is where I'll be looking. But it is pumping right now. Hit a high of 330 and continue to pump up. This one kind of came out of nowhere. Let me see what this company, go back to that profile there. Okay, so this is based in another Chinese stock. Of course, UCAR was a Chinese stock as well. It offers product portfolio including animated content, comic books, short videos, collectibles, stationery. I don't even know what stationery. I don't know what that is. Consumer products, mobile games under the ATAL World brand. Action figures, stuffed dolls, a lot of stuff for like kids and stuff. Entertainment. Founded in 2015, headquartered in Shanghai. Let's go to some of the news postings out here. Multiverse announces, okay, so it's only got 3. So let me see, 5 months ago, Multiverse announces letter of intent to acquire majority equity stake in Toami. And then They received a NASDAQ notification regarding minimum market value deficiency. Let's go here. So Multimedia Holdings Limited, blah, blah, blah. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So it says the company or its affiliate or its affiliates intends to acquire 72% equity stake in Orient TM Parent Limited. Okay, Toami is a leading family interactive entertainment group in China. The proposed transaction of consummated, if consummated, would significant. Let me get these words right. Significantly expand MMV's IP portfolio with the addition of Toami's 3 signature IP brands. Okay. Sear, Flower, and Angel. Flower Angel. Okay. We're extremely excited to work with Toami and stand out. Give me 1 second. All right. So Chairman, CEO, we are extremely excited to work with Toami and a standout company in China's entertainment industry. Are they talking any money though? Are they talking any number figures, or is this just the idea base? We look forward to creating and engaging. Founded in 2007, Toami is one of China's leading entertainment media companies for younger generations. Okay, let's jump over to that next article. Okay, limited. What's up, everybody? Right now we're looking at MMV. It was a pop from $1 up to $3. Kind of looking at what it's got going on here. This was the NASDAQ notification regarding the minimum market value deficiency on April 24th. Listing rules required, blah, blah, blah. We know. Okay, October. Company intends to monitor its market value between now and October. So, I guess they're doing something before October, huh? Got this thing up. It was at 96 cents yesterday. Multiverse Holdings Limited. So we'll just have to see how this thing trades today. It is very strong, and it's probably definitely something that everybody's seeing on their scans right now. It has 10 million shares traded, catching up with UCAR up here, a runner from yesterday, but it is up 234%. I am looking for these this test back here. Appreciate that. Subscribe. I'm looking at this test back here, this level here at the 175 to see how it comes down. It also has a level above the 175 around the 190s, right under the $2 with a little bit of support. Now this is the hour chart and this is my 15-minute chart. And so, you know, I have my other charts over here on TOS. I got my 4-hour, my hour, and then the 15 as well. So, you know, but the 4-hour is kind of what I go off of to see what this thing's looking like overall, and then try to take some dip buys. Let's see. Appreciate that. RexCon on Twitter, or not Twitter, Twitch over there. Appreciate that follow. $334 and going up. So we're gonna see if anything else adds to this today. But UCAR and MMV are looking like the main watches on the day out of the open. both over 10 million shares, and I'm not seeing any other competitors coming up here above $2 that are trying to keep up with them. I see there's a company, what is S? S down 35% on the day. That's a pretty nice drop from $20 all the way down to $13. What is the reasoning behind that? Concord downgrades, they got a downgrade, but nothing else. So whatever, it's higher float. It's called Sentinel One, and that is a mighty drop down there. Their low on the all-time low is 1269. And they dropped down to what, 13? So they're right above their all-time low. So that is not good for that much momentum to be going into their lows. MMB 175 pullback will be very interesting. And we also need to see how aggressively it moves after the open. Is it just going to go flat, or will it actually, have some big ranges in here? Right now, testing right above the $3. Let's see if I can spot. And it has taken the top spot as well, with 12 million shares up there, taking the top spot on the list. Average true range right now is 37 cents, but my average true range is calculating on the last 8 15-minute candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll give it a little bit more. The first candle was only 4 candles away, or 4 candles ago. So it's got a little bit of time to test around and show us what its average true range really is. Average true range on Carvana. Yesterday, I did take a starter position, very small position in BMR, looking for it to curl back up with NVIDIA. It's a small play, not anything huge, but it's in my swing trade account. This is my day trade account, so I try to keep them separated, so I can keep all of my swings in one, all of my day trades in one, all of my dividend stocks in one account, just to make it easier for tax purposes. And Charles Schwab makes it very easy to switch between them, because right now I'm in my day trade. I can easily switch to my dividend, non-dividend, or swings. And that is the broker that this is on as well, Street Smart Edge by Charles Schwab. The owners of TD Ameritrade and Thinkorswim as well. So aggressive short winning could be a definitely an opportunity here for a bounce. And I'm not looking, I don't know if it can get back up to the highs up here of the 321s based on its news. But, I want to give it a chance to give me, maybe 10 cents, 20 cents. Because right now the average true range is looking like still at 37 cents, but this candle has to close. Good morning, One Life. Good morning, Reliable Rudy in here as well. We're just watching this little mover. We don't know if it's going to be weak or strong. I'm just looking at the supports, possible supports that could be coming up, and may give it a little bit of play. It's up 220%. But the news, it's an entertainment company, does a lot of dolls and toys and not video games, but like TV shows and stuff. So we'll see. Chinese stocks have been getting some pops. Of course, if anybody was in the market yesterday, you saw UCAR, which has continued today up again. Went from $3 all the way up here to $10, and then came down, tested around the 7, held into aftermarket, and then gapped up. So it's news they were taking ownership or partnering with somebody. Let me see on the UCAR. We got 2 minutes to the open as well. Actually, let me go over. Well, you know what? Let's just watch the open, and then as these stocks play out, we'll look over at UCAR. 13 million shares traded, man. This thing can get aggressive towards that previous support level. Could be a nice little bounce. And I'm looking between the 175 and maybe 190s. We'll see, but I want confirmation. I'm not just trying to get in as soon as it hits this level. I need confirmation to see that it's forming a wall. Plus, this is Friday, I think. Friday, June 2nd. It is. And this is the beginning of the month, so definitely starting off strong for the month. Stocks over 100% yesterday, and then now this one 200% on the second day. So doesn't mean it's hot because, you know, of course the catalyst isn't just amazing, but definitely there are opportunities out here. 327. Last month was a green month. The month before was a green month, so we're just working our green months in there and trying to keep the losses down. Because the thing I'm noticing, like, I don't need a lot of trades per month. To take like an average of 6 trades, and I just need to, you know, capitalize on what I can, take the profit, and go ahead and get out of here because it's just the markets are just so good and bad at the same time. So addictive. They're everything at the same time. So I'm just to the point. I'm like, yep, take my money and I'm out. But I did get the internet issues resolved with AT&T acting real nasty last month. So this month I shouldn't have too much prohibiting my trading at home, you know. All right, MMV coming on down. UCAR down here under this previous level on the hour chart, working its way back into the body of this candle. Average true range on that one is still over $1.16 for that one. So be careful. If it does rip down, you could lose $1 per share. So just be careful. Top side of MMV is the 325-ish area that seems to be forming some type of resistance. We'll see if it gets through there. This is like the first couple of minutes of the day, so I wouldn't put all of my money on this right here. There's no data to confirm that the 325 is going to hold it down. If we look over here on the level twos, let's see if we can see any abnormal sizes. We got what, 10,000 at $4. That is right up here at the 4. It's testing the 325s right now. What is this? I keep seeing it. 245s, 10,000 shares. Yeah, there's the push through. 325 up there to new highs, 350s. But this is the beginning of the day, so let's see how it plays out. Will they have any kind of sell-off? Almost 20 million shares traded in here. up 13% on the day, 250% since the pre-market open. All right, coming back down. This is why I say you can't put all of your coins on this first level because it's not enough data to support that as a support. I mean, what big money is gonna be like? Oh yeah, 325 is holding. Let me put 50,000 shares at 325. I don't know, man. It takes some bravery, right? Threw a wick up here. The high of that one was what? The high of that one was 360. And so we just got to do some data accumulation here. Let it play for a little bit. Let the retail do their thing here at the open. The impatient, the ones that are not willing to wait, let them do their thing, man. Donnell said, "Woo, good ride." He entry at 306 up to the 336. Nice. Donnell's getting his scalps out of the way on Friday. Let's see what happens afterwards. Almost 20 million shares on this thing, man. And this opening range, let me see. Opening range is what? From 288 up to the 360s. So a little less than $1. Let's see if it can get back below the 325s, or is it actually going to hold and try to push through another level. UCAR pushing up as well, back up. AT&T getting more volume than UCAR right now. I guess UCAR is on continuation, so it's coming on up there and getting UCAR out of there. But UCAR continues to push. They're in direct competition. Who's going to get the views on the day? UCAR wanted to test one of these levels. Actually, this should have been support down here. Edit support. That's the wrong green. Okay, so we'll see which one it wants to test first. It looks like it's going to test upwards before it tests downwards, though. MMV getting back down to the 325s. UCAR breaking on down there, and this is what I was talking about. It hasn't really tested either side yet. Had a obvious support up here on the hour chart, obvious support from yesterday, but has not touched either one. The high of this was the $13 on this candle, and the low is the 1092. So why would, I mean, what can you do? It's a 50-50, right? It can go either way, up or down. So we got to see some proving. Got to get some of that data accumulation there. Apple coming up as well. Let's look at AAPL. Coming up there. Oh, that's spelled wrong. AAPL. All right, MMV also finding some resistance. So the good thing about MMV is that it's up so much that people are going to see it anyway if they're searching for small caps, right? It's up 231%. So even if it goes red on the day, people are like, wait a minute, there's something up 200%, you know? For something like UCAR behind it and falling down in volume, it's like, which way is it going to go? Do we want to take something that is fresh, has fresh news, or something that is on a continuation? And can it even continue higher, right? Because, I mean, it did take quite a bit of a jump from 3 all the way to 10 yesterday. So what does a break period look like on this one? Does it just go flat, or does it want to come down a little bit? MMV back over the 325s, holding this little bitty area in here, just by the tip of his fingers, pushing back up there to 350 and pushing through. Okay. Wow. Little bit of a push back into this little range back towards the 325s. Can they get a strong break of the 325 is a question. There's 324s very quickly. Nice little fighting area in here. 23 million shares traded on this one. Continues to struggle to break down that 325. Right back up to the 350s. Through a high up here of the 379 on that last one. Somebody's sitting at 325. Let's see. Looks like somebody hidden right there. That's 7 right there on 325 that keeps moving. 360s, getting over the 350s now. And the first 15 minutes will be closing in 5 minutes. So let's see what it does in this first 15 minutes. Does it want to get going downwards? Look over here on the daily chart and see what it's looking like over here on the daily chart. So these were the support and resistance, kind of like obvious support and resistance. The only really ones that I saw other than the one down here at the 175s. But yeah, it's just in the middle of no man's land right now. We really don't know where it could go. Could test down to the 245s. Let's zoom in. So 245 could be an area. So I was saying 175, but see, once I backed out to the daily chart, it's kind of a little bit more clear at this 255. So we'll see what it wants to do, and if it wants to even make clearer double bottoms on the lower time frames or triple bottoms. We'll see. But just giving it time. Previous little gap up was at the 306. So there's a couple of levels in here, but I want to use the levels that everybody can see, not just me, right? I don't want to be making up imaginary levels. So we know for a fact there is a clear level here at the 175. There is a clear level here at the 245s. So just giving it time, it's still pushing up almost to the $4. And pushing to this resistance up here. This resistance was the 444. So we'll see how it acts at the 444 up here. Almost 30 million shares traded on it. Okay, oh, that's the same news. It just popped up the same news that it's been had. Testing the 4 right now. Three minutes to the first 15-minute ends. Average true range right under 50 cents right now. 2, 3, 4, 5. So should be at least 50 cents on each of these candles. 1 up to 2, 185 up to 217. $2 up to 3, so it's definitely over 350. 294 up here to 339, and then 292 up to 397. Let's see what those shorts want to do. Can the shorts get active on this? Another Chinese company going to the moon. Also, if you're going to be trading this or any kind of stocks, know that there is inherent risk. Just because you see or hear anything on the stream, it's not something that you just go blindly jump into. Definitely have a strategy, definitely have some kind of back testing and data, your own statistical data to verify what you see or what you're trying to get into. Because if you jump in there and you hit the buy button, it's all on you. The roller coaster starts. All right, so now at the close of this 15-minute, making its way back to the 325-ish area. Looking for those shorts to get a nice win. Looking out here on TOS again, we can see how it has pretty much given back about half back to this 350 level. So that level is becoming a little bit more clear, but it just hasn't proven itself yet, but definitely it is there. Let me zoom back just a little bit right there. So we got a level up here. 344 was the top. 350 looking like it's becoming some type of resistance, and then we have a bottom support level, maybe the 245s. We'll let it play. Continues to struggle under the 350 though. So is the 350 actual resistance here? Will we see a nice push down? UCAR falling by the wayside in volume and in percentage gain. Continuing on down, it was up to 12, but just kind of going flat now. And we're seeing MMV come on down. We want the supports and resistance that everyone can see. Everyone's like, yep, that's definitely some type of resistance. That's definitely some type of report or support. If you're trading alone, you're trading wrong. I guess for day trades at least. Somebody needs to be there. 350s getting retested. Is 350 a actual spot? Is the question. And this is what I'm saying. This could be support, could be resistance. We don't know yet. Not enough data at this spot, and it could slam down at any moment. So again, definitely keep your head on the swivel and be careful. Looking out here on the level 2s, let's see if we see any abnormal sizes out here. $2, $4. Getting up there to the 375. If we look at the difference in volume though, the first candle had 15 million shares traded on it. This one has about 1 million, but it's definitely got a little bit of time on it as well. This is only the beginning of the candle. I think the biggest thing that killed me when I first started trading was not letting candles close and ending up buying the middle of a candle, or like something that looks like a low, buy in there and then it continues lower. And I'm like, no, why did I do that? So I stopped trading like that and I started trading more and more around supports and resistance. I don't even trade trends anymore. I don't even care. Uptrending, downtrending. I'm like, where's the support that everybody can see? Where's the resistance that everybody can see? People be like, oh, it's trending up. Oh, well, let it go. Let it go. Because so many times I've seen news come out and they're pumping stocks or they're talking about all the good things. Hey, this trend. Hey, this, it's coming into some kind of indicator. All this stuff. And I'm like, I got hurt too many times, I guess. My little heart got clipped too many times. But yeah, it's trying to stay above 350. Can we see anything over the previous high was the $4? So we need to see something. We need to see it moving into the next levels from the 70s into the 80s, from the 80s into the 90s. And so looking out here on the level, not the level twos, but the tape, we're seeing 70s come through, but we're not seeing anything over 70 come through. Nobody wants it over 70. They're just trading within the 60s, right above that 50 level that could be resistance. 62s, now we're not seeing anything close to 70. There's some 68s, a lot of green came in there. Very questionable movements. So I just like wait till the obvious support, you know. Anyway, let's see if anything else is still UCAR back up to 12. 18 million shares traded, almost getting doubled by MMV. So at this point, I'm not seeing an aggressive push off of that 350 right now. It's only 10 cents away from 350 when it was moving an average true range of 50 cents. So, 350 back up to 4 shouldn't have been a problem, right? Continues to try to get that push down. We're seeing 50s come through on the tape. That's not good. Needs to stay above the 60s. We're seeing 55s, 59s, more and more 50s come through on the tape. But still right around that 60 level. Very close. Can we see any abnormal sizes filled over here on the tape, though? Can we see anybody taking 10,000 shares, 15,000 shares, the big share sizes, right? Something that retail traders aren't usually doing. Like these hundreds and these little 2,000s and stuff, that's good. But when you see somebody jumping in the big sizes, that's where I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on over there? What is going on over there? And the sizes out here on the books, really, they matter a little, but not as much as what's actually getting filled. And I'm seeing a lot of little feet in here. And that's the thing. When it does come to something showing green or showing red, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything until you see the big green or big red. All right, there's a 350. We're starting to see prices under the price action under the 50 now. So this could actually be resistance. Looking over here on TOS, we can see what I'm looking at. This is the 350 right here. It played around this level for a while and now kind of getting on off of it, getting off that 350. $36 million shares traded. UCAR back up to 1340s. Okay, so it is retesting. It is actually touching that resistance now. That resistance that was previously there, which was the 1375. So now this is a little bit more data collection. How is the reaction of this touch? Is there a big rejection off of this, or does it want to continue and push through this 1375? Little bit of rejection, not a huge one. Has $1.21 average true range right now though. That is a pretty big spread. Actually, let me look at the level twos on that. What's the spread looking like? Okay, so this is wow, big rejection off of that thing. It got the touch, got the big rejection there. 1354. It was when I just looked at it, it was a 20-cent spread. I was like, wow, that's a nice spread, and then it rips down. So definitely one that has now tested this level here and beginning to make this level of 1375 a real resistance. And then over here on MMB, we are definitely holding under the 350s, but we have not dropped yet. Looking for some type of true fallout where the shorts are like, hey, we're winning. Yes, let's do this, right? For this to go red on the day, it needs to get back under the 292s, which is pretty close. And I want to see those longs give up on this stock. Just be like, oh man, it's over. So right now, UCAR is back within basically the halfway point between the two. And let's see what a test of the bottom side of this little range is. Bottom side was around the 225s. We'll see how easily it doesn't want to test and then rip back into this, back up to half, or does it want to slip through that 10 and continue downward. Or go sideways. But a lot of volume out here in the market today. Okay, so we're seeing 340s come back on the tape. So it's basically like a 10-cent range. It went up to the 360s, 10 cents away from the 350, down 10 cents away to the 40s, and now kind of holding. So let's see what it wants to do. It's like a 50-50 play right now, and I don't really like 50-50 plays. I'd rather be more certain than not. Could go either way. Reliable Rudy absolutely every time, look, when I tell him when we're in the Discord or something, I be like, yo, it's right on the VWAP. He's like, I'm buying. It's so funny. So he's probably in here right now. The VWAP was at the 347, holding up that 350 right there and continuing to show a little bit of strength. So it went 10 cents above 350, 10 cents below 350, and now it's just trying to decide which way it wants to go. Not a whole lot of aggressive pushing away in either direction though. Okay. So this kind of looks like it wants to get under the 1175. We'll see if that happens. Definitely looking more bearish than not. Those big rejections off of that resistance. Almost 40 million shares traded on this thing. Almost doubling UCAR's volume here on the day. Back going towards the 50s again. Not being able to hold the 60s again. So a secondary failure. Can we see the 40s again? 55s on the tape. 54s. 53s. There's 60s. So yeah, this is too much of a 50-50 play right here. It could explode and you could be like, hey, I'm rich. But this is where your risk management comes in. If you're going to take this trade, how do you manage the risk around it? What are you willing to risk? And if it does dump, will that affect your psychology? Will that make you fear? Be like, oh my goodness, I was absolutely wrong. Are you getting in too big of a size here? Is this towards the top? It's so much data that needs to be kind of like examined, like, for your risk management here. It's like, yeah, I can risk 10 cents, right? I can risk, whatever. But if it's not something that you've tested and in this situation that you've seen before that it works, it's like, what's the probabilities? What's the stats? And it continues to show us 50s, 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 50s. A lot of indecision around the 50s. This 15-minute candle is going to be closing up here in a minute. So does this candle or do your time frames that you're looking at, do they conclude bullish or bearish? Or is it just a guesstimation and you're like, well, either way it goes, we're going to see what happens. Looking over here on TOS, we can see it continues to just come up to this level and get find some resistance around this 350 level. Opened up the new 15-minute candle here. Put that 250 up here. Where's 250? 250 is right up in here somewhere. We'll see what kind of support it finds around the 250. Continues to show, looking like it's holding up, trying to show some 60s here. Bottom side of previous candle was what, the 320s. So continues to try to press over. 375 is looking like it wants to go towards 10 cents away. But continuing to show those 50s. '60s, so not showing '50s anymore, showing a lot of '60s, a lot of interest in the '60s here. They may be looking for a small break and then a sell. So if you, well, never mind. There's the '50s jumping in there. So couldn't even go for a new high. Interesting. 41 million shares traded on it. And it and UCAR are still the only low floats that I'm seeing right now. So anything that's getting doubled on the day, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. So we got Lucid. It is not even up there anymore. We got Carvana, which got left in the dust, not up there. Verizon, Apple, Amazon is up here now. Verizon, Apple, Amazon. Get rid of SoFi. PLTR is still up there. NIO. Yeah. All right, so we're seeing a little breakdown. VWAP is literally at the 349. So it's under VWAP. Will retail give up on it? Will they be like, oh no, and let it go to 250 or even lower? A lot of holding in this level. The more holding with this much volume up here, the more holding, the more shorts get in. The heavier this stock will get. Heavy supply or thickly traded supply level, seems like. UCAR throwing wicks back up there again. Not want to completely give up. Holding that mid range around the 1175 or something like that. Still up 66%. Working its way upward again. MMV back up over the 350. Yeah, I think they're gonna get pushed out of here. This is playing a whole lot over this level. It's creating the lower highs, and the top side of this is a 381. So can they get a push to that? Very thickly traded though. 42 million shares traded. Can we see the 60s again? Tesla took a nice little tumble down. I mean, not Tesla. AT&T took a nice tumble down. Has a previous bottom here of the 15, 14 on Tesla. It's 15 bucks. Looking back, this is also looks like a previous buying level back here. Let's look on the daily chart for for AT&T. Okay, oops. So we zoom back a little bit. We can see there was a level here at 16, came down here twice, down here around the 15s. So we'll see. It's definitely at the bottom though. It's red on the day for right now. Tesla. Let's just look over these top 10 movers. Tesla going towards a high of the 216. It's at 212 right now. Looks like it could be going for a break. And even further back, tested it right there. Either a break or resistance. UCAR still trading up. NIO, a small gap up, not a whole lot to go on right there. We know that EV has been getting a couple of hits. That was UCAR's main reason for moving. It's definitely into the EV world. PLTR continuing to grind up. Sentinel 1. Oh, that thing gapped down. Never mind. Amazon. Nice little uptrend. SoFi. I thought SoFi was going to actually break out 8 the other day. For real. It was so strong. And this month, all of these, the debt ceiling plan and all of the craziness with the money is going on. So I was like, it's a payment system. It may get interesting. Okay, so we're seeing 350s again. And UCAR pushing back up again to this level. Looking like it wants to push through. So very, very strong push up here. 13.92s looks like it wants to go towards those 13 or $14. Another test of this resistance. Now, if it gets another rejection here, that's going to be pretty bad. It's going to be not looking great. But it is over that level of the what was the high of this? High of 1375. That's where it should have been. Why isn't that 1375? Can I put it directly? 1360s. Zoom in some. 13. We go 1378. Whatever. All right, so that's another test of that 1375 level. And it has not tested down yet. MMV going sideways. This is not, I don't like this movement. This sideways movement. It needs to make a decision what it wants to do. I actually want the body of this candle. That's why I had put it there. 1350, right at the body of that candle. The wicks are pretty much like where the war has been. The body is like where the war kind of stopped or settled, you know. And now MMV finally, nice little push. Let's see if it can actually break a bottom here. Previous low was the 325. So looking for the 325 breakdown. And the levels that I saw down here is maybe the 250 and then the 175. We'll see how far it pushes down. I would love for it to push down into this level and find a wall though above the $2. But we'll see what happens. Still up 12% on the day. Got a lot. I mean, it can drop what 20% and still be up 200%. So definitely interesting. Waiting. And I usually don't start looking for trades until an hour after the market opens, just to kind of get all of this information, get all the data, and kind of look around and see what's going on. But yeah, we're gonna see if things want to behave nicely today. This is a lot of trading up here. 15 million, then 7 million, then what, 3 million on this candle with no real pullbacks, just a lot of chop around the 350. UCAR blasting upwards, got through that 375. And now this level that it struggled with was 375, or not 375, 1375. So will that become support? Pushing up very, very strong. 86% up. And we have seen it create a couple of wicks on the 15 minutes. So my question is, can it actually hold a body candle and close a body candle without doing this kind of drop, right? Apple, Amazon. So coming back towards the 1375s now for a nice little test. Kind of trading like a larger float or a larger cap stock now. Pushing out very, let's see, what's the spreads on this one? 1404. Not a huge spread on it. Maybe a couple of cents. 1425 is getting tested up there. Okay, so opening up another candle under the 350. It's been a couple of candles under 350 now. All right, 1459. Continue to push up to, looks like high of day is what it's going for. 1529 is high of day. Or 1518, 1519. And it is definitely pushing for a high of day move. Matter of fact, that might actually not just be a high of day, but that might be a high all-time high. Nope, not all-time high. All-time high is 75 bucks. But where is the resistance up here? Like, where do you even calculate the resistance? After it's gone flat for this long, I don't even know where resistance would be up here. So it's kind of got to show us where people are comfortable. And without a known variable up there for resistance, you know, some people, they are like, hey, we got a nice little move up here, a dollar move. Maybe we need to sell. So we're going to see if they all sell at once or if somebody's confident enough at the 1375 to continue to hold, even without the data to back that up. MMV, boy, 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 will not crash out. Tesla killing the game as well. Moving from the 210s up here to the 213s. All this stuff that's just not in the competition, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to remove it. Don't need to be seeing all of this. Really focus on these top 5 now. SPY got all the way up there to the 426 and now kind of going flat as well. Where is that dump, MMV? This thing's kind of scary because I'm seeing flashes, so it'll have a tight range, and then I'll see it flash to like 30 cents, 30 cents to 40 cents on this on the range, on the spread. So it's kind of weird. Definitely coming back down to test that 1375, but this is the first test of 1375 as support. Like, so to be absolutely honest, that would be a very scary place to be buying, even though it is the place that it struggled at. It's just not enough data to back that hold up. And MMB, it's probably going to get sporadic. It looks like it's going to be a sporadic stock, unpredictable. Continues to struggle around 350. It may actually, I mean, I don't know what it wants to do. It's a 50-50, but it does have a level here that you could use as support down here if you wanted to, maybe like 325s as a risk level. But I don't know what this thing wants to do. It will not dump. I'm waiting for the dump. 10 cents away from that 1375 on UCAR. So looking like MMV would like to get up. First hour of the day is almost closed. What, like 10 more minutes? It'll close. But just not seeing a lot of interesting moves in the way that I would like them to move. All right, so 1375 getting a hard test here. Previous low is the 1332, so that is that's a 40-cent drop through the 75 where support should be forming. But without the data to back that up, that's just a guess, you know. Okay, there's MMV finally getting started with the momentum downward. The first level, which is now, I look at this candle, the range of this candle, $4 down to $3, is pretty close at 250. I don't know if I'm gonna be willing to take a 250, but we'll see how it acts. If it finds a wall there, and then maybe in this level down here around the 225s may be interesting. So just watching and waiting. And UCAR going sideways as well. Let's see what happens on the larger time frames on UCAR and the other one. We look over here, 4-hour chart. We can see a definite double top up here at the 1529, and still has not tested down that other level of the 1027s up in here somewhere. 1027. So yeah, this is how I just kind of take my, oh my goodness, MMV. See, this is the unpredictability. This thing went down and popped right back up to the high. Like what? So very unpredictable stock right there. Went down to 293, popped all the way back up very quickly to 4. So who can take profit that quick? Or who, if you were a short, I mean, you're like, oh my goodness, this thing just popped against me this hard. Should I cover? I don't know. Should you? But the high here was $4, and this one got up to $4. So they both double topped at $4 here. Could end up pushing, I don't know. Definitely over the 350s again, though. Very unpredictable. Hasn't given me a dip, so not worried about it. Look at it coming right back to the 350s. This thing, no, it's gonna have to explode downward. And as we said, it's going to have to explode downward. Well, this is the death stroll that we don't want to be a part of for a lack of information. UCAR also coming on down to what looks like VWAP of 1279, may actually end up cracking that. So it's back within the range. Another resistance formed and brought it back below 1375. So 1375 did not hold as support. Again, MMV being very unpredictable, diving that far and then right back up to the was this 320s? Right around 320s. But yeah, just the unpredictability is what loses you money. Not being able to put a stat with what you're looking at. What's the statistic of this passing or failing, right? So, yeah, definitely some crazy moves out here. Now, this thing has tested the top side of this multiple times. So I'm like, well, if it's tested this multiple times, is momentum building here for a breakdown on UCAR back through the tens? What's up, Fresh? Everybody getting in here. Yeah, we just having a day, watching people get boiled in these two stocks, MMV and UCAR, looking for some predictable money in the market, but just not seeing it today. Watching people get their backbones rearranged, spinal tapped, um, and and this is one that gets the longs and the shorts. You got the long bias, you got the short bias. This thing's snapping so much. I mean, you can get hurt very quickly and you can get stopped out very quickly on something like this. But it's got 54 million shares traded on it. And we just out here chilling. We ain't lost nothing. What's up, Framework? What's up, Ben? Man, we are this is one of those, it's the beginning of the month. This is how you start your month off bad, right? You get into something and it takes all your money on like the second day of the month, and then you spend the rest of the month trying to dig out of that hole. UCAR continued to or not really dive down, but continue to play under the 1375s. Looking like a nice little double top accumulation up here at the 1529s. I did take a little position on BMR, a very small position, just letting it play. I was actually taking that position because of how closely it's tied to Nvidia, and I'm waiting for Nvidia to kind of slow down. It's just getting so many trades every single day that it hasn't been getting in a while. And so Nvidia, and it's changed market caps. It's went from what, $1 billion company to like $1 trillion company. So just giving it time to play out, and looking for BMR to hold up to $3 in the future. It's a longer term play, but very small starter position on that one. As long as it holds up $2, I'm good. I'm just gonna be holding it. I think I got a total of like $25 risk on it. So even if it goes down to $2, it's only like a $25 loss. But I am willing to add lower towards $2 and continue to have that $2 stop. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of snapping here. We need to see a decisive move, a decisive victory by the shorts or by the longs. And we're seeing UCAR jump back over the 1375s. Interesting. Appreciate that, Ben. Yeah, I've been trying to do a little bit more content on the channel, trying to find time to fit content in there, and of course, I started the trader combos, kind of like just talking through the mental process of the trading day or the trading week, and because that's pretty much what it's all about. It's the study of yourself, and then the study of the people that are in the market, and then how the market is behaving in the environment of the economy or whatever. So it's just studying, studying, studying. I feel like I'm back in school, you know, or I'm in school every single day, learning, getting wiser, trying to catch up with old One Life and Daniel B. Trying to be like them old owls in the trees, just sitting. Hoo hoo. But yeah, it's very interesting, and just understanding where I would have been like starting in 2020, what I would have been doing on today. I would have been buying. I wouldn't have been. I would have been. I probably still would be holding MMV or UCAR. I would have just bought it as it was going up 375. You know, get in there 100 shares, and then and then the range or the bid and ask prices, they get really really wide, 40 cents, and now I'm down, you know, $400 just like that, $500 just like that, just because I wasn't willing to practice some patience. Now if you have a strategy that gets you in and out in seconds, cool, use it. But as a ticker becomes more and more unpredictable, your strategy will probably suffer from that as well. If every time you're like, oh man, it's going up, snap back. Oh man, it's going down, snap up. You don't have a good read on it. And it's better to recognize that before you continue to take trades than after. You're sitting down, you know, $1,200, $3,000, $10,000, and you're like, man, I should have stopped back at 2,000. I should have stopped at 500. And now you're like, man, how am I gonna pay that light bill? But nah, don't trade anything that you can't lose. That is actually going to affect your lifestyle, right? All right, so definitely holding, opening of the next candle. So this is the first hour of the day. We've seen this thing test and test and test around this 1375 and has held for the first hour of the day. So let's see. 1350 is the point right now that either needs to break or hold, but it is right under the previous resistance. And let's see, MMV working its way down as well. Bottom of this first hour candle, we can see where the resistance was in this first hour, 402 all the way down to 317, which looks like it's a start of downwards momentum. Still up 220%, so it isn't crazy low. But we definitely want to be careful not to be buying at a optimal short position, right? So MMV going down to break the $3. We got the 250, and this 250 is kind of close. I need a dive through all of this if I'm going to be trying to do anything with this. I just can't. I'm not gonna. I mean, with all the volume we saw up here, think about how many shorts we're able to get in up here at the 350. How, like, if we look at each candle, 15 million, 7 million, 4 million, 9 million on a red candle, it's so it's a lot of shorts could possibly be sitting on this one. And now we see UCAR looking like it's going for the 13 breakdown, very small breakdown there, working its way away from that 1375. So it definitely tested and confirmed that this level is definitely resistance at 1375. See what the SPY is doing out here. SPY still holding relatively sideways. has not exited the initial bars on the day. So low of this bar is 424, high is 425. And we'll see if it continues to just practice a sideways motion. Actually, we could have drew that on the hour chart. NIO eating dirt. Looking for any other low floats that want to compete on the day, but to compete on this top 10 list is probably going to have to get over 20 million shares traded just to even compete. Because anything under that, I'm not even worried about. If it's like popping up now and it's only got like a million shares, I ain't worried about that. It ain't even in the competition to me. You're going to have to compete. Put the pedal to the metal. Get that 50 million up there. All right, so if we go over here on TOS and look over the charting, we can see the double top has now pretty much come down to the same equivalent body level of the previous 4-hour candle, which was at the 1295 that is kind of trying to stay above. We can see on the fifth, or what is this? The hour chart, we can see it has pulled back down as well. So very interesting moves. Still has not tested down that 1063. Has not provided a very, very nice dump yet. So yeah, I do pretty much focus most of my trading on the top movers on the day, top volume, top percentage gainers. Um, Sometimes they're one without another. Sometimes they got a lot of volume, but it's a small gainer. Sometimes, but I really prefer bigger gainers so they can stay on the scan, so people can see them all day long. Because something can have what 200 million shares traded on the day, but only be up 2%. It's like what scans is they gonna pop up on? Unless you're specifically searching for volume. All right, so 1375 was the previous resistance. It is $1 away from that now, down to the 1275, and just working its way on down through those levels. But yeah, anyway, um, I pretty much have definitely gone over the usual time with an hour and 30 minutes. So extra 30 minutes of time right there. I'm still gonna be waiting for MMV to come and crash down. If it doesn't crash, I won't be taking that trade. Not really looking for it to retest highs. I just want, 10 cents. Give me 10 cents. I'm good to go. Especially on a stock like this, I probably take about 2,000, 3,000 shares. And so that's 300 bucks. But if it doesn't do what I want it to, doesn't visit the levels that I want to, there's no trade. There is no, nope, not doing it. But yeah, that's the stream for today. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to go into the rest of my day. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, definitely hit the like button. If you really enjoy the content, definitely hit the subscribe button. We saw some old and new faces today. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. If you're going to continue trading, be careful. Keep your head on the swivel. It's the beginning of the month. Don't start the beginning of the month bad. Take the A plus setups, the ones that, especially for your strategy that that works. I don't care if it's scalping or buying dips or whatever your strategy is. If it's with the indicator, VWAP, MACD, whatever, use your statistics to keep you green, right? That's how we want to go through every single month. Back tests, statistical data, emotional steadiness, stability. But anyway, that's it for today. And as always, I'll see you guys on Monday morning. Always a great learning experience in the market. And I enjoy y'all's input. I know Donnell took all the money out of the market today, but we will be back Monday morning to see if we can get some as well. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.